Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode. I am your host, Stephen G. Gaxiola, and you are listening to The Raider and the Saint.
Everybody here is not to it. I'm gonna give you one last chance to walk out that door right now. How's it going, Todd? Good. That's what I wanted to hear. Isn't this silver slice of heaven here at 1,984 ounces of beer? Golden, delicious beer. And no one leaves here until we finish every single last drop.
And we are live. Once again, I want to thank all my listeners from around the world that tune in. I am your host, once again, Stephen G. Gaxiola. And yes, you are listening to the Raider and the Saint podcast. Today's date is Sunday, May 23rd. The year is 2021. I want to thank my past guest, Eve, the High Priestess. High Priestess Eve. My bad. Thank you for coming on the show. It was an honor to have you on the show. To learn about tarot and psychic readings and stuff like that. That stuff blew my mind. That's why we went almost 2 hours. It was something I wanted to learn. Never knew anything about stuff like that. I kind of stepped away from it. I thought it was about dark magic and evilness, but believe it or not, there's some good in this world, and it's definitely you guys. So thank you once again, Eve. And Mary, thank you for coming also and introducing me to Eve. It was an honor, and I can't wait to get you guys back on. And thank you for the gifts, too. Thank you for the oils. I have them right here on my mantle over here next to all my other goodies. Once again, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Want to give a little bit, talk about a little bit yesterday what's been going on. If you guys follow me on Instagram or you look at my videos on YouTube, I'm a big Teamster member, or I'm a Teamster, Teamster down to the bone. And we got a big election coming up with Hoffa Jr. stepping down. So Ron Herrera is running for Secretary Treasurer. He's out of 396. And then you got Vaidma. I think his first name's Steven, if I'm correct. Steve Vaidma. If I'm wrong, don't hang me for it, but I'm pretty sure it is. There was a rally yesterday, Long Beach, California, Local 848. I went to the rally. It was an awesome rally. It was something that I think everybody that's a Teamster needs to experience. This is a big election. This is a big election for not just California, but for the whole United States and Canada as well. You guys want your pension protected, or you want your pension to grow. These guys will do it for you. I'm campaigning for them. This is who I'm going to be voting for. And I was honored to be there and being able to hang out and hear them speak. So, yeah, I did do a video on Ron speaking. It's like a short 10-minute clip. It's on YouTube, so if you want to check that out, go to YouTube, type in The Raider and the Saint. My channel will pop up, and it's like a 10-minute clip of Ron giving a speech. Great public speaker. I'm really excited to be there, man. It was really excited. I don't know if it's from COVID. We all haven't been able to get together and do our local monthly meetings at our locals. I don't know what it was. I kept getting goosebumps, man. I kept getting just excited and just being cool. Everybody's loving. Everyone's cool. Handshakes. And, I brought business cards for the podcast. I was handing them out. And I was timid. I only took a couple. I think I took like 30. I bought 500 cards. I got my own business cards, by the way, folks. With the Q&R code, that'll take you directly to my streams. But it was weird. I was timid. I only took 30. I should have took more because they went quick. People, I would give one and they asked for more. Hey, can we get more so I can pass them out to my friends? And man, I didn't see so much. Have never seen so much love in one place. People respecting each other, handshakes, hugs. We were all in unity. It was amazing to be there and experience it. Shout out to my boy Terry Diggs who brought his RV. We were hanging out in front of the RV for a bit. and just meeting people, greeting people, and just doing our part. Being a Teamster doesn't stop when you leave work and clock out. It goes beyond that. Because you're always going to be tied to a Teamster. You're always going to be tied to your a pension or benefits. You're always going to come back. So one thing that Ron did say, first thing he said was shout out to retirees, and yes, shout out to all the retirees that tune into this podcast as well. You guys have paved the way for our future, and we got to continue to pave the way for our young drivers or the young employees that work for other places like Albertsons, CVS, Ralph's, OCTA, the train yard, stuff like that. So we got to keep things going, and so it was cool to get there and hang out. Shout out to Local 848. That's where it was held out. Once again, you guys have a very beautiful facility. The hall, the paintings and everything you guys had up on there was one of the nicest halls I've been to. And so once again, I was honored to be there. Shout out to the Power Slate. You guys that missed out, make sure to not miss the next rally if we do. This is history in the making. And once again, it was an honor to be there. And shout out to everybody that was there. And, let's just keep going and show the love and show the solidarity. And what was the one thing they said? Don't be militant. We're going to be militant because, we do have an opposition that want to create a disruption within our Teamster Brotherhood. There's one thing they said was there's no TDA or other different sectors of like, this is our group. There's only one, and it's Teamster. We're only Teamsters. That's it. There's nothing else. There's no TDU. There's no other stuff that they talk about. We're one, and it's a Teamster. That's it. It's all about solidarity, and that's it. Because they're all trying to start division. That's how it works. They try to start division, then they try to mess you up. And obviously, my local, I'm 952. We got some disruption going on, but things are being held accordingly. Things are getting done the way they're supposed to be. So we'll be back to where we need to be in the short or the near future. So once again, shout out to everyone that went to the rally, the campaign rally. Shout out to the Power Slate, Solidarity Slate, and everyone that was there. I love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys again. Like I always do on this podcast, I'm going to get right to it because we're both busy men here. My guest today is my returning guest. He's a longtime customer of mine. I've got to know him over the years. I don't get to see him anymore because I switched routes, but he's a good friend. Johnny Williams, welcome to the show, brother. How does it feel, man? How you been?
Pretty good. Been trying to push forward in life a little bit. Got a new job and everything. It's pretty fun. I get to work from home now, which is the best.
So you're not working at Chase anymore?
No, not anymore. I work at Chubb Insurance. I'm a commercial insurance agent now, so I do underwriting there. I work with it's called Excess Umbrella. So whenever people need, let's say they have $1 million to cover whatever accidents they get into, they'll come to me saying, okay, we need another $10 million. So what can you do for us? And we'll talk like that and get to know a lot of people. It's pretty cool. I get to learn a lot.
Where is it located? What city?
It's in
LA.
LA.
Franchise or it's in LA?
Yeah, the big buildings downtown on Flower Street in Wilshire.
Really?
Right there, yeah.
How long has this been going on?
I started there in February. Yeah, so it's pretty recent, but it's fun. I like it a lot and really convenient working from home.
How'd you find that spot?
I had a buddy right as soon as I graduated, and he hit me up, like, just saying, hey, what you been up to, yada, yada, kept talking. And he was telling me how he works at this company, and he was just like, have you found a job yet after school? And I was like, no, not yet. And he was just saying, well, would you want to work here? Like, he was like, I'm not trying to recruit or anything like that, but I do think you'd be a good fit for this type of job because it's the type of, if you work in insurance, it's like a go-getter. So you have to try to, like, meet clients, meet brokers and stuff, take them out, go to lunches, happy hours, whatever it is. And he's like, I think you'd be a good fit. So started that and haven't looked back since. It's been pretty fun, learning a new industry.
So you've been there since February?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously no more Chase.
Yeah, no more Chase.
Yeah, that's all, folks, everyone that's listening in for the first time. I've known Johnny. He was one of my customers. He worked at Chase, and he was one of the best customers because if he was working and he would see me, he wouldn't even allow me to come in. He'd come out and grab the packages from me, and he would give me the pickup I would have later. So shout out. Thank you for that, man. That's amazing, man.
Save your legs.
Man, so it's amazing, dude. It's scary too when you first graduate college, right? You work so hard, and you might have been working part time or doing or something. Maybe you weren't working, just going to school, and now all of a sudden you're out in the real world.
Yeah.
And networking is a big part and growing.
It
right?
really is. It really is. I think that
Because you graduated in marketing, right?
I graduated in marketing, and then we also graduated during like when COVID first happened too.
Hey,
So it's like
did you guys have a ceremony?
no ceremony
My
or
daughter
anything.
didn't either. She graduated high school. We
Oh,
had to do that drive-by.
yeah.
That's crazy. You
It
didn't get to
sucks.
graduate either.
Nope.
Me and
Missed it.
my lady were talking about it too. Like,
Mhm.
what do we call this generation? The ones that didn't get that. You know, some people are like, oh, I don't care.
Mhm.
I mean, I didn't care either when I was at FJC and I actually graduated from there. You could graduate from there and they have ceremonies. I didn't invite anybody. I didn't
Yeah.
invite my parents, and they got all butthurt about it. But to me, it was like, hey, man, it's just at the halfway mark.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a big deal. But to some people, it is.
It's everything.
You know, and you have to look at that. I mean, obviously, we can't go back now and go back in time and redo the ceremony and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Did you do anything? Did they do anything for you?
So this year actually they're having a graduation for people who missed the COVID graduation.
Really?
But, yeah, but you can't bring any guests. It's just you go up on the stage, people could watch from like a link, and I didn't think it was worth it personally because as you said, I'm not a big graduation thing. I think it's more so for the families and the kids. So yeah, I was good without it, but I was happy to graduate to show, as we were talking about earlier, the accomplishment of pushing through, going through college, and all the transgressions that happened with that 4 years and everything. So I was happy with that.
Did you get your diploma in the mail already?
Diploma came in the mail, and I was like, cool. I never looked back since.
It was a bachelor's in science, right?
Bachelor's in BA, so arts.
Oh, bachelor in
yeah.
arts. I got mine at BA too, bachelor's in arts.
Mhm.
So what do you think out of all the in college, man?
Mhm.
What did you get out of it, man? What did you get? I mean, obviously, I can tell you what I got out of it, which
Yeah.
I will. But the big question is, because most people go, well, you don't need to go to college. You don't need to do this. Yeah, and for me, my personal opinion is, it's not just about getting that diploma. It's a life. We were talking about this before the podcast. It's a life lesson. You know, it's teaching you to grind something out, because nowadays people just want it now.
Yeah.
Right? You could go on Amazon right now and get whatever you want.
Yeah.
You go to footlocker.com and get shoes, or Nike.com and get shoes, and they'll be here the next day. To the people out there, that like the young kids out there too that listen to the show, what can you say about college? You know, when they say, "Oh, I don't want to go," what can you get out of it? I mean, what's the
Yeah.
benefits?
I think, as you were saying, it's like it comes back to instant gratification, where we as humans, we want instant results. So we think right as soon as we go to college, we want a job, or if I don't go to college, like we want to make it big fast. I think that for me, I agree college isn't necessary, but I also think, what would you do in those 4 years you would be in college? Like, would you try to start your own business? Would you go out, venture out, network? Would you start at a company that you can build up in position over time? But for me, I was like, I didn't have a plan. So I was just like, okay, college might be my best option. So pushed through all 4 years. And the thing I got out of it the most was I had a teacher. His name was Josh Dorsey. And we had a paper in the class that I was due. And I was like, okay, I can just easily BS this paper. So wrote it quick, like 5 pages, turned it in next day. And I got the paper back. I got like a D on it. And I was like, well, I thought it was a good paper. He spoke to the whole class. He was like, okay, the average grade on this paper was a C. The highest grade was a 82%. And the reason being is because this isn't one of those classes you can BS. I want you to put everything you've learned into school into perspective. And I want you to go into depth. He said, I got my PhD. I didn't work for an easy route. I wanted to earn this. I wanted to prove that I deserve this spot. That's what I want from you guys. So every paper from then on, he was just like, put in your full research, get more info. And that honestly pushed me. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm in school right now. I've been settling. School's always been easy for me. I can get a good grade without trying. That was the first class I've actually had to put in effort in. I really appreciated that. And it just made me think, okay.
Sounds like a good
life.
teacher.
He was really cool. He gave us a project, the final year project, where we had to go out and help out the Ontario Reign, a local hockey team, build up more tickets, get more tickets sold for the year. And that was our final project, and present our idea in front of the team's like marketing director and everything. And like, that's something like you don't get from other classes, other teachers, and real world experience. He was just saying, you have to push hard because there's always going to be somebody trying harder than you. And yeah, fight for your spot.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm doing over here on the podcast world is fighting for that spot. When I look at YouTube videos and I'm doing my research and watching people and listen to different podcasts and see what they're doing and how they're marketing their stuff, you know, it's a lot of these people that are starting to do podcasts are already famous or already well known, and so they already have that following. But the people that are starting off and they don't have a following and they want to try to create one, it looks like you're fighting a battle uphill.
Yeah.
But there's 7 billion people on this planet. There'll be I'm fighting for a spot, and we'll get there. I'll get there. It's just amazing to see, like, man, these guys, like 100. I think my highest view on YouTube is like 100 people. And to me that's an accomplishment. And then you see the other people, these TikTokers, and these guys like Jake Paul, Logan Paul. These guys got millions of views, and it's like, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing for society? Because what are they really promoting stuff, or are they in the entertainment industry?
Yeah, I use it as motivation. You just like look at that and you're like, okay, like not trying to like judge them or bash them, but it's just like what makes them more qualified than me, Like, why do people want to hear their message more than me? So it just makes me push forward, like, let me try harder then, because I don't hate on them. I think that they deserve to be where they are because they worked for it. So it's on me if I don't get to that point, because I could look at them and I can hate, but what am I going to do in the meantime to try to get there, or try to surpass or something like that.
Yeah, he's a good boxer, Jake Paul. He just knocked out Ben Askren. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did. He popped him.
What did you think was going to happen?
Honestly, I thought the same thing was going to happen because I'm a big UFC fan, so I know Askren doesn't have hands, so I kind of expected I thought it would last a little longer, but I expected a knockout in general. It's an easy payday for Askren. He wasn't really motivated.
Yeah, well, he just got done with hip surgery, right?
Yeah.
He just had hip surgery, I think 6-7 months ago prior. Mm-hmm. So I thought he'd at least go one round, dude. That dude just like, come on, dude. Like, does he really hit that hard, or was he just like, I was just gonna take the fall and walk away?
Hey, either or, he got paid. So
man, he got paid more than he did his whole career with Bellator and UFC, huh?
Yeah, Dana White don't be paying people, man.
Hey, they're making billions off these UFC fighters. That's why they're trying to go union. They're trying to go union because when you retire, you're gonna have brain injuries. You're gonna have injuries, ailments. Just like where I work, as a delivery package driver, the wear and tear on your body eventually catches up to you as you get older. And I've seen a lot of people come in and out with they would need hip surgery, knee replacement, hip replacement. Shoulder redone, back fusions, all that good stuff that comes with putting that wear and tear in. So these fighters are putting that wear and tear in, man. Are I don't know if they're getting taken care of after when they're retired.
Yeah,
I don't know if they have a retirement, but I know they've been trying to get union involved or bring a union in so that they can be, because some of these guys only get paid like the beginners get paid like $5,000.
Yeah, it's nothing. You have to try to get fight of the night, get that 10K bonus. It's just.
I mean, did you see that one fighter? I forgot who it was. It was in the news today. He had a sign that said 70. Dana, give me 75K. Like now these guys are begging Dana to pay them.
Yeah.
Hey, give me 75K. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, but I love UFC, and it's a tough fucking sport. It's definitely one of the toughest sports, and I'm a big fan. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm out of place to even say they deserve more money. I don't know. I mean, I don't work in the market.
I just look at fighters like John Jones, and I'm like, he's saying he's going to put on the super fight against Francis Ngannou. He wants to get paid, though, because he's not going to put his body at risk.
You think he deserves it?
I do. I think that he does it for everything he's done for UFC. He's been there since, like, when it was getting big and everything. He's one of the reasons. Like, he doesn't want to pay Dana doesn't want to pay him Conor money because Conor's a big superstar, but it's like, pay him for what he's done for the sport. He's been a multi-time champ. He's only lost because of drug abuse,
PEDs.
Yeah, as I say,
drug abuse.
Yeah, steroids and stuff like that. So it's like the only things that stopped him. Like, but no one's ever really beat him. So pay that man. It's like you're gonna earn so much off this one fight that's happening. Make it the best card ever. I don't know. There's so many ways you could work around it.
Yeah, he gained a lot of weight too.
Yeah. Trying to fight heavyweight.
Oof, that's scary, dude.
Yeah.
Going from 205 to 260. What's the max? 260 or 250?
I think it's I think it can go higher.
265, right? Yeah, because Brock Lesnar would have to lose weight because he was walking around like 300.
Yeah, got Kimbo Slice back in the day.
What do you think about this past pay-per-view we just had?
I actually didn't watch it. I was out the one with Ferguson, right? With Ferguson.
Yeah.
I think Ferguson is done personally. I think it's time for him to hang it up.
I don't want to say it, man. He's local.
Yeah,
He's a local guy.
I love
I'll
the
find
dude.
you, fool. You know?
I saw him running at Fullerton Loop one day. He
Oh,
was
you
over
did?
there training. He was with his son, yeah, but one of my favorite fighters all time.
No, he's excellent.
He's just, I don't know what happened, but
Time
yeah.
catches up to all of us.
Father Time, man.
Yeah. What is he, 38?
He's old. He's up there.
Yeah, he's like 37, 38.
But that Oliveira Chandler fight, I like the Oliveira that he won.
What's the guy he fought? Darush?
I can't remember the dude that Ferguson fought. I can't
Dude,
remember
the
his name.
dude is a beast.
He's a monster. He's gonna be up next.
And then you had Chandler get knocked out by
Oliveira?
Oliveira, man, he's been in there for 10 years, over 10 years.
He's nice, man. I like seeing he's a
just
lot of
put
heart.
it all together.
Yeah.
You just have this peak. It's like you see these guys struggle. They're up there. They're competing with the best. Once you get to that top 10, top 5, and you're just going back and forth, and then you hit that whatever. Either it's a mental block because you're obviously in shape, the best shape of your life. You hit that mental block, and everything just like the puzzles just form. And he put on a clinic, dude. He looks crisp.
Yeah.
Like when you see these guys compared to the beginners, you see the beginners. I mean, these guys will still demolish the average person. But then when you get to the elite level, it's like, man,
Yeah.
the way they're fighting now, it's so strategic. It's not like brute force like back in the days with the Chuck Liddells and the Shane Carwins.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Ken Shamrocks. So what do you think about this upcoming fight with McGregor and Poirier 3? I felt like McGregor just threw the fucking fight, dude.
I don't think he has the heart anymore. It's like he was first fighting, if you look at all his old interviews, because he was motivated to provide for his family and everything. Now he was this past like month or so like listed the highest paid athlete in the world for this year. It's
180 million, right?
Yeah, it's like how do you really find motivation after you have everything that you wanted, you know? So I feel like now he's just trying to push himself like, okay, I'm fighting for my kids, I'm fighting for my wife, but it's like he's already taken care of them.
Yeah.
Poirier has stuff to prove still now. I think Poirier did this fight for the money. I think the last fight he had more heart because he lost to McGregor and he wants the spot. And if I were him, I would have fought somebody else to try to work towards getting the title. But I think he's doing it for the money, which I don't blame him either. Like, get paid if you can. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family later on. I think he's doing the right thing too.
What about, did you see the fights last night?
No, the Cody Loveboy.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I have to watch it.
Did he lose unanimous decision or?
I don't even remember, to be honest. I was out in Long Beach actually at the beach, so I missed the fight,
Oh,
but
really?
I have it recorded. I'm ready to watch it.
Yeah,
when I get home.
I know he lost. I don't know how he lost though. It's just sad. It just sucks to see him be at the top, and then, you know, it's just weird. I was talking about it with my buddy. I go, once you get knocked out, it's your chin's not the same anymore. There's no way. I mean, they go, oh, well, he's young. Yeah, he's young, but now that he's been knocked out, you know, a couple times already.
Yeah.
How does that affect someone?
Yeah.
When especially when you start fighting, you're still fighting the elites. All it takes is one little tap. Now we've seen it happen to numerous fighters. I don't know, man. It's just it's a crazy sport, and I think they do deserve more than what we're giving them. Like Fight for the Night and stuff like that. I feel like I'm watching Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Or something. And there's so many fighters now. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah, I have a friend. She's actually she lives in Rialto. She went to the same high school as me, and her name is Ivania. And she's trying to become a UFC fighter because she's just like, there's no women fighter. There are a lot of women fighters now, but she's just like, they're not getting paid. They're not getting represented. And she's out there killing it, where she went to Texas recently for a fight and demolished the girl who was a black belt in karate. Ivania has like no belts or anything.
Really?
Demolished her in like the first 45 seconds. Like,
Really? What does she do?
whooped her.
Just
She's
Helped her?
I don't know what she is. She's just a monster. She was on the wrestling team in high school with people.
Really?
Yeah.
What does she fight at? What a weight catch?
115, I think it is.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so she's a monster. I looked her up on, she told me the YouTube video and everything, and she was over there like putting paws on people. I was
Really?
proud. I was like, cool.
Damn. Yeah, the women's fighting, they've definitely over the years have grown. You see Rose?
Yeah,
won
Thug
that belt.
Rose.
She knocked out the Chinese girl,
Yeah.
Zhang.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. Because
Yeah.
I watched that pay-per-view, and, well, I watch every pay-per-view. and she was sitting there on the side of the ring before the fight. She was like, "I'm number one. I'm number one.
Yeah.
I'm the best. I'm the best." And people don't understand. Like, well, what is she doing? She's crazy. No, that works.
Mm-hmm.
Spoken words, speaking your words out there, and throwing your words out there, and into the universe,
Yeah.
they mean something.
Yeah.
I'm reading this book right now. It's called the four amendments or four commandments,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. I'll correct the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. It was recommended, and one of the things they said, when you speak words, those words they mean something, and you can actually harm someone by speaking out negative things about them, which is gossiping,
Mm-hmm.
talking bad about someone, and those words it's called in the book, they call it black magic,
Mm-hmm.
because words have meaning.
Yeah.
Words hurt people just as much as actions, but words hurt more because they travel.
Yeah.
When you look at when we're saying these words, and my words are going straight into this mic, going to the computer, I can see these levels. They're also going out throughout the room. They're traveling through space, and
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm probably sounding like a crazy guy right
No,
now,
I agree.
but think about it. And so when she's doing that, and I'm like, I was reading the book. I go, oh, I see what she's doing,
Mm-hmm.
and knocked her out the kick, and it's amazing what words. I mean, this podcast is all full of words. When we
Yeah.
listen to it, it's either going to inspire you or educate you, and that's what this podcast is about. It's
Mm-hmm.
about helping people. My story that I started this podcast is because I was doing drugs. I was doing bad and just going through life. Like, what's life? What's the meaning of life? I got a good job, a good retirement, but what am I going to do during the meantime? Because you're going to work for 20, 30 years and then retire and just move on. And some people are comfortable with that. Like, hey, that's what life is. That's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I wanted more. And I knew for me to do more, I would have to clean myself up and make sure that when I come on this podcast, the words that I speak are the truth and being honorable to you and the listeners around the world.
Yeah.
You guys want to listen to Johnny, his past podcast? He was on episode 28.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, go back and look on episode 28 if you want to learn a little bit more about Johnny. Once again, it's an honor to have you on the show. I know you're a busy person, man. The reason why I wanted you on the show is that I've been watching you on Instagram do your thing,
Mm-hmm.
helping the community, which is something I always back somebody that's doing good for the community.
Thank you.
Why don't you talk a little bit about what you're doing right now?
Yeah. So this time last year, we had it was like during the time of like the BLM protest. COVID was first happening and
Yeah.
everything. So we were just like, me and some of my friends, we were just thinking, like, we saw a whole bunch of like videos, and we were like, okay, we understand like people are protesting in the streets. We understand why. What's going on with like the homeless people that live in the streets? Because no one ever really thinks of them. They're always the last thought, whether it comes to money from the government, health, everything. They're always at the bottom of it. So we were just thinking last year, okay, let's put on like a little thing. Let's try to raise money for them and try to like just feed a few people. So the Saturday, it was June 1st, we said, let's just put this out and let's see what happens. We thought we'd make like $1,000 in donations. 4 days later, we hit $15,000 just from people donating to us and everything. People believing in our vision.
What'd you look for? What'd you say? We're gonna go for how much?
We said we're gonna go for 1,000.
1,000.
Uh-huh.
And you end up getting 15,000.
15,000.
And how did you go about promoting or get that money coming in?
Man, I put up what we were doing. I put up the story for why. I put up the vision that came to me online and told people, here's my Venmo, here's what we're going to be doing. All we're looking for is either 1, volunteers or 2, donations to help. And people just responded to that. I had a friend named Devin in Rancho. He makes these shirts. He has this clothing brand. And he was just like, hey, what if I made some shirts to help sponsor you guys? So he made us shirts. He said whatever the profits is, he's going to donate. He made about $1,000 off of that.
Wow.
And then matched it himself with him and his friends with the clothing brand and sent that to us. And then there was one lady reached out to me on Twitter. She was director for Lizzie McGuire, the old Disney Channel show. She directed one of the episodes and was like, hey, I love what you guys are doing. I'm going to send you guys something, and sent us $500.
Damn.
So people randomly in different areas you didn't know were reaching out. And I think it just goes to show when you put your full energy into something, it's going to pay off. And selfless giving and everything too, because we weren't expecting anything back. Yeah, exactly. And people come up to me, they still offering like, do you guys still doing this? Are you guys still doing that? And we decided to make it into a nonprofit where this upcoming June on the 19th, we're going to be doing a clothes drive now for the homeless in Skid Row as well. So when we went out there the first time, they were so loving. They said they liked it because normally when people go out there, they do it for the promotions and stuff. You see a lot of celebrities doing it. And we were talking to this one guy, and he was saying, we honestly love how you guys are out here. We don't see anybody out here like with film with cameras and stuff catching us, trying to make us look a certain way. We're humans too. We have our rights and stuff. A lot of them have jobs, and a lot of them choose to live there. They were saying because they don't want to pay rent, they don't want to do this. And some guy was telling me, he was like, "Yeah, I'll go to this local bank right here. I'll take some money out. I'll go get dinner for me and some of the people that live on my street." And he has a full-time job. He's a janitor making, I think he said like $60K a year. So it's just like they're real people, like, you know. And most touching story. There's this one guy who was from South America, and he was talking to us. He was just saying, "Yeah, I grew up in South America. I came up to Mexico because I was just trying to escape that life in South America. It was really bad." He lived in Mexico, cardboard boxes for walls, didn't have anything. And then he decided, I'm just going to come to America. I'm going to take my chances there. Moved to Skid Row. He said this is the best he's lived in his life, where he has a tent. He poops off the side of the street. He was just like, "Well, I don't have toilet paper. I use old shirts and everything. This is the American dream for me. I would have never thought."
Shit.
Yeah.
How bad was it over there?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it just puts in
It's
perspective.
bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. They don't even show, the news media doesn't even show. Everything's blocked. I say this to people, and I'm getting into my conspiracy theories now, is the media is only going to show you what they want to show you.
Yeah.
And if we were to see what's really going on around the world, because people don't understand what happened with COVID. When COVID hit, we're giving aid. United States is giving aid to other countries and that are undeveloped, and we're sending food to them. But when COVID hit, the third world country gets hit hard.
Yeah.
And we don't even know the numbers of the starvations, but we can see what's happening with India with the COVID. There are so many people dying. They and over there they burn their bodies, and they cremate them. And one of the guys, I was watching a video on YouTube, and I watch YouTube, bro, science. YouTube get a lot of good information.
Yeah.
So I was watching it, stumbled on one. It was an Indian outlet, and the guy that was in charge of cremating the bodies, he says, "We're overwhelmed." He goes, "In the smell, and it's hot over there.
Yeah.
It's always hot and humid, and it's the pollution, and then on top of it, they're burning bodies nonstop." And he says that, he goes, "We're so far behind, bodies are just piling up." But people don't understand that what's going on in the third world. There's a lot of suffering. So I couldn't imagine if he's saying he's living the American dream, living on a tent on the streets of Los Angeles, taking big dumps on the street and wiping his ass, and he's saying this is the American dream. I couldn't imagine, dude.
Yeah. It put life in perspective for me. Like, I was so ungrateful for like what I had. I was just like, I want to be this, I want to have this, you know. But it's like all that stuff is just like, it's unnecessary. It's just like worldly goods, you know.
Yeah.
His was just the mindset. I'm here. I have opportunity here. I'm away from whatever bad is going on in the country I was from. So that's all he wanted, and he's living that. And it's just shows how grateful you should be for things that you do have in your life, you know. So I changed my whole mindset on everything.
Yeah, talk a little bit more about that experience, the first time. Obviously, you're you're planning on doing another one. We'll get to that. But tell me more, man. I mean, you created something out of nothing. Now it's a nonprofit foundation where you're gonna go and you're continuing to help. Have you done anything else since that one, or are you doing it like annually now?
So since that one, we haven't, just because we decided to make it into an actual like nonprofit.
Okay, so you gotta
filing paperwork and everything, and we can't ask for sponsors until we have the tax exempt status. So we're gonna be getting that this upcoming month in June. So we'll be able to start taking donations and telling people, okay, here's our charity number, and so that'll be pretty cool to receive those donations. With the first event, it just kind of like woke something up, and like me and all my friends, where it's just like, okay, we can do this, like, because we have the proof. We just did it, and there were no setbacks or anything. So what's to stop us from doing other things? Like, we don't have to always do the same thing, and we just want to promote like well-being, because a lot of us in times of COVID and everything had gone through like some mental battles and everything.
Have you been down there since COVID had hit?
I've been down there once, and
it's gotten worse.
Yeah, it's crazy. More people.
60,000 plus?
Yeah.
Maybe more?
I was reading an article. My friend Eli actually wrote about it on our website too, saying that because of COVID, landlords aren't really able to evict people anymore because the law and everything. Yeah.
But that's supposed to expire soon too, right?
Exactly, yeah. So when people are getting evicted, like the LA County area, a lot of people are going to be getting evicted in that area because they can't afford rent. They lost jobs and everything. So they're going to start becoming homeless. And we're supposed to see those numbers in the streets increase. I think it was estimated like 14% or something like that for this upcoming few, like 5 years or something like that. So it's kind of crazy to me.
So you got people that choose to live out in the street and be with their brothers and sisters. And then you got the ones, I mean, how much help is there? Because I heard there's plenty of help. It's just a lot of these people choose to live on the streets because they want to come and go and do as they please.
Yeah.
Such as dabbling with the devil's dandruff or, you know, the heroin and the crack rock and stuff like that. Do you know kind of what you've seen out there? Like, is there a percentage of people like that? I mean, how much mixture do we have in there?
I remember when we went down there, we were talking to this one guy, and he was saying how he had a good job. I think he said like 20 years ago, I had a good job. I was making around like 80, 90K at this job. Got caught up with the wrong girl, got addicted to drugs, left her. Then she came back in my life. I got addicted to drugs again, and it just went downhill. And he was just
Sounds
like,
about right.
Yeah. He was saying like, I just lost it. Like, he's like, God gave me a chance to leave that behind me, and I fell back into it. I just gave into the temptation, and it brought me back to where I am. And he was just saying, like, a lot of people, when we were down there was only one person that did give us issues where they just came down like right in the middle of where we were, started like cursing up the storm, and you could tell that something was wrong with them a little. Like, they were off mentally.
How many of them do have mental problems?
A lot. There was I forgot the number, but it's over 40% of them have something mentally wrong with them. I read that up the other day when I was making a little blog post.
So where'd you go last time? Did you go straight to Skid Row?
Straight to the heart of it. We went to
Then you
right
did. Where'd you go? Did you bring up? I remember it's been a year, but I remember you were documenting everything. You showed. I remember you shot a picture of all the stuff you had purchased in your house, and people kept flooding you with water bottles.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of stuff were you guys getting?
We were getting
water,
underwear, deodorants, socks, some foods like
Where
some
were you
snacks.
getting the stuff from?
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club.
We hit them up so much. They knew us as the nonprofit, as the homeless guys. They're like, the homeless guys are back. So yeah, they talked to us.
How many of you guys were involved in this? The first one.
The first one, there were 5 of us that were like mainly involved with running it. And then when we actually put on the actual event, we had about 70, 80 people come out to support us in terms of like working the street and everything. So that was crazy to me.
Weren't you guys scared or getting robbed or?
Honestly, I was more scared of the rats in the street. I was
what?
Like, man, I hate rats.
Me too. How big were they?
One of them was like this big. He was like the size of a cat and just ran straight past us. And I was like,
in the middle of the day?
Middle of the day. They were bold. They would. Some guy was saying, "Oh yeah, they come in our tents and take our food all the time." Like, those rats are bold. You think
I think New York's bad. I just watched another documentary in New York. They have dogs that go, the trained dogs that go and kill rats.
That's crazy.
And they went. I think it was a Vice. It was a Vice episode. And dude, some of the rats, dude, were like, you know what I mean? They're huge. I was like, dude, they get that big?
Size of footballs and stuff, man. I'm like,
dude.
Dang.
During the day too.
Yeah.
So what's the next plan now? So you got what's the foundation called again?
New Neighbors Foundation.
New Neighbors Foundation. And where can people get a hold of the New Neighbors Foundation?
Yeah, you can either check it out on Instagram at New Neighbors Foundation or newneighborsfoundation.org online. And yeah, those are 2 main platforms right now. You can always also follow me, OG_Little Bill, on Instagram. We tend to just put stuff up on the website. We have a few blog posts that we're trying to do weekly. We put one up recently. My friend Aaron, he was recently battling depression. He went to NYU and was a film major there. And recently he just had he had to come back home because he was battling depression, alcoholism. It's just his own story. And he wrote about it on the blog, just everything he was going through. And he titled it, "Don't Forget to Breathe," because typically when you have panic attacks and anxiety attacks, oxygen seems to be the hardest thing to find.
I used to have bad anxiety. I used to have bad. It would just come upon me. And one thing I learned late after having these episodes was get a brown paper bag or any type of bag. And the problem is when you're having these panic attacks is your body's taking in too much oxygen. And so if you breathe through a paper bag, it levels it out because when you're breathing out, and you breathe it in, you're breathing out carbon dioxide. And so it's just breathing in that, leveling yourself out with the carbon dioxide. I tried it once. I didn't believe it. I was like, no, it's not going to work. And I actually did it. A couple puffs. and it went away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it said because for my research, it says you're taking in too much oxygen, and you need to level it out. Because I was like, why does breathing through a bag? Is it? It's because you're breathing. Your body's starting to take in. It's panicking.
Yeah.
Taking too much oxygen, so you got to level it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't had anxiety attacks in a long time. It had to be with drug abuse and going through my phase of, being a jerk. But how's he doing now?
He's good. He just graduated. He's a film major at CBU, and he's living his life. He's gonna be he's writing a script for a movie now.
Is he still going through it?
He's good now. He went to rehab. He reached out for help. He reached out to his mom and said, "Mom, I need to come home."
Alcoholism will kill people.
Exactly.
Do you know if you try to just cut it off, you can actually die from alcoholism?
Yeah.
Heroin, you won't die off of withdrawing from heroin. You'll go through a tough phase. I think cocaine, you can have possibly side effects such as seizures. I know with Xanax, you'll get seizures. The only one that won't kill you from kicking it is heroin or opioids, because I've been through that one. But alcoholism, I know someone that was addicted to alcohol. He was a helper of mine during the season, and his withdrawals were so bad where he would literally be shaking violently and going through these phases. But coming off of alcoholism will kill you.
Yeah.
You literally got to go and get the professional help for that one.
I believe
and,
it.
And man, what was he drinking? Drinking bottles?
Man, honestly, I don't even remember. He was telling me about it before. He was like, anything that was in front of him, he just drink whatever it was, and it just went downhill. Or it hit his life a lot.
How old is this cat?
About to be 24.
Okay, damn, he's young too. So he's sober now. He's doing good things.
Sober, living his life. Just graduated. Writing a movie now. He's gonna be going to USC for a film school right after. And he said that if he didn't have that moment, he wouldn't be where he is today. So he's grateful for it.
It's something that when you go through, me personally, I've talked about it plenty of times on my podcast of beating drugs and being addicted to drugs and finally getting clean and beating it. It does do something to you. It's like, if I can do this, and I can do this, then I can do this.
Yeah.
It just gives you more strength and more experience. Right? I could have sit here and tell you, if my life was good, I came from a wealthy family and I just wanted to start. I had to go through these things, life experiences, so that I can teach other people how to get through them, because we're all going through things in life, right? We're all, whatever it is, whether it's a beef with the spouse or beef with the family member or, personal issues with addiction. We're all going through it, and we're all looking for ways to get out of it. Me being addicted to pills, oxycodone, Percocets and Norcos and those are just some of the ones, they go higher. Now you got fentanyl now, they're putting in the cocaine. But when you look for help, you go and you ask for help. I'd ask for help. I wasn't getting the right help. I had to go on my own journey and figure out where am I going to get the right help from. And through my own research and through my own discovery, I found there's ways where you actually can get better without going to get pharmaceutical drugs such as Suboxone or methadone to help you kick heroin, which is another form of it's heroin's the main form of opiates.
Yeah,
that's where opiates are made from. It's from the poppy plant. So going through all that, I've learned, and now that I started a podcast, I can help people if you want to get off. But it's also a mental issue too. You got to mentally be willing to do it. It's a journey. This is the one thing the doctor told me, Dr. Nazar, which I got to get him on the show too. He says you got to picture yourself walking through the woods, right? You didn't just start doing pills yesterday. All the years of just dabbling in it. Back injury, here's some pills. Another back injury, here's some pills. Homie's got a back injury. I don't like these. Here's some pills. Think about walking through the woods and how far you've walked in these woods and the situation that you put yourself in. Think of walking in the woods all those years. You can't just turn around and just come back out the next day.
Yeah.
You got to go. You got to, as far as you walked in through this forest, you got to turn around and walk back. And that was the hardest part to tell yourself, because you would take the medication that's supposed to help you with the cravings and the aches and pains and the suicidal thoughts. I mean, everything that goes along with coming down off of drugs. And I had to learn. I thought like, a week later, I'm good. Get off the medication. No, because 2 weeks later you're hanging out and hey, I got these pills, I got this, and this, and this. It's not just physical and it's mental and it's spiritual. Well, kudos to him, man.
Yeah, props to him, man. I remember my grandpa always told me, he was just saying, like, whenever you have your battles that you're going through mentally, physically, whatever it is once you overcome that, you always think to yourself, the next battle is going to be harder than that one, and that's because you overcame the first one, so that can never affect you again. That same thing you were going through, it won't hit you the same way, so it has to be a little harder to get to you. And you tend to notice problems more than you tend to notice what you overcame already. So kind of putting it in perspective, like you were saying earlier, like I graduated school. For you, I got over my drug addiction, so it's like, since you overcame that, use that as motivation to get over what other battle you're going through the next battle, because if you overcame one, you can overcome it all. It's just no matter, it depends how much work you put into it, as you were saying. So yeah.
Yeah, you got to, man, 24, he's young too. He seems like he's smart too.
Genius. One of the smartest people I know.
It's usually the geniuses that have problems, right? Obviously we don't got people now like Elon Musk. What do you think about him tearing up the game?
I think he's evil person. I have my whole conspiracy theory. I think, yeah.
What do you think about Dogecoin?
Honestly,
the cryptocurrency, I still don't even know how it works.
I'm not
People
a fan
are putting
of it.
money in it. They're putting money in it, and look at it. It's just, I don't know. To me, it seems like it's a pyramid scheme. You don't want to be the last one holding the bag.
Yeah, and for me too, it's just like I look at cryptocurrency, and I think overall it is bad for everybody, because for me, I tend to think of things in terms of like the homeless. How are they going to get cryptocurrency in? They're not going to be able to get anything. You can't say, oh, let me send you 2 Bitcoins so you can get some food, So it's just like, I think overall it would be bad for the environment. And as the value of a dollar goes down, cryptocurrency is going to be going up because people are going to want something that's more quote unquote secure and something that's increasing. So I'm not really a big fan. Granted, I did buy a few shares of like Dogecoin as well, just so I can get some money, like try to flip it real quick. But I tend to, whenever I work with stocks and stuff, I try to buy bigger things, things that are more secure and everything like that, like Boeing, Disney, like things like that I know will go up over time. Yeah.
Yeah, this cryptocurrency, all the young kids, some of my friends too, they're really big in crypto. I'm old fashioned. I have my 401k and I have my financial planner, and he puts it to, where, it's the long run. I always tell people it's the long game. The turtle versus the hare.
Yeah.
Take your time and people just want to get going back to what we talked about earlier. People want it fast. They want it now. They want to get rich. Look at, man, I started making good money when I was 24 when I became a driver. That was the life, making good money, life is good. And I got into trouble by thinking like, this is it. I'm going to work for 30 years, got a good job, graduated college, perfect family. It didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
You get tired of partying and drinking and every day. I mean, me, I'm a barbecue guy. If I could barbecue every day, I'd barbecue every day. I like listening to my music.
Yeah.
I like throwing chicken on or whatever, cooking steaks. I mean, one thing I do when I'm done with the podcast and I post it and I'm done, like I'm done with my job, like, I did it. I like to go barbecue, listen to music, drink some beers, and then I can work on my marketing. I post my videos. And it's an amazing thing, That's my satisfaction now. Is once I post it, now I can relax and barbecue. But when I was younger, I was just drinking just to drink. There was nothing else to do. I had nothing. I come home from work, or what I'm gonna do? Watch Lakers, drink some beer, barbecue. Now I found something where, at least now I know I can enjoy myself and have a few beers and not get over by knowing that I'm doing something and doing my part. I mean, I don't know. I guess I could not do a podcast and just come home from work and keep doing the same thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just hard. I think that once you do find your thing, for you is barbecuing. I think that's your getaway. That's your peace and that's your serenity. When you go there, you escape. It's just you and your grill. So I think once you do have those things, like for me, it's golf now. I love golfing.
Oh, that's right. You do golf, huh?
I love it, man. I'm out there once a week, even if it's just the driving range.
Where are you playing at?
It depends. I've been to my favorite golf course in Southern California has been Goose Creek in Harupa Valley. I love that course so much.
Goose, that's over there off the 15, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice course, huh? I used to
Love
play
it.
that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, right when I lived Corona, I played it probably 2 years ago was the last time I played it. I love the landscape, huh?
Yeah, it's so nice.
Do you play in the mornings or middays?
Mornings.
Mornings are the best. You still
yeah.
get that fog over the brush.
Looks so nice out there and peaceful. It's just like you, your friends. I've been the past 2 times I went golfing. I just went by myself. I was just like,
You ever
escape.
thought about doing like a fundraiser?
I have actually for work. I've been thinking about doing like a fundraiser more so, or like even like just an event,
charity
where I can,
event?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun, like having like a little tournament or something like that.
Charity
or,
event.
Yeah.
I'd definitely be into it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We just played. We expanded our tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my cousin, we started playing golf years ago in our 20s.
Mm-hmm.
He came up with this jacket. He made a replica of the Masters jacket.
Oh, yeah.
So every Masters, we would get together and we would play golf, and whoever would win would get to hold the jacket for the year.
Mm-hmm.
So we just did it recently, and we expanded it from 4 people to 8.
Oh, wow.
So we had I think we had 3 groups. No, wait, we had 8, 16. So it had to be 16 people, right? 8. My bad. So it's 2 per guard. So yeah, we expanded it from 4 to 8 now, and it was cool. It was fun. It's a learning experience. Obviously, there's kinks to be. People were getting mad because we were doing the guy that I was playing with. He was a scratch golfer, and if we got to the hole he called it within the grain. Within the grain means the leather on your putter. If it's within that length, then it was a pickup. Take it. And then some people were having problems with this, saying, no, you got to finish it out. Either or. I could do either or.
Yeah.
When you're comfortable playing golf, you're not going to miss 2-footers, 3-footers.
I miss a lot of those.
So you do? Yeah, I get this. So when he said that, I said, I get it. I guess there are people that would. Me, I'm pretty decent, especially if I'm practicing. I took second place this last one, which people said that I cheated, which I didn't. So fuck you guys. That's why I had my boy Freddie with me, because, my boy Fred's, making sure he's an honorable man. He's, I'm not there to cheat. Why would I cheat to win, dude?
Yeah.
If I fucking took a 6 on the hole, I took a 6. But I played it good. I shot a 90.
Nice.
And I was close to shooting that 89. And, the course we played Diamond Bar.
Oh, yeah. I heard that was nice.
It was first time playing it. And then I'm always like, let's play from the whites. I haven't played. I did practice that week. I started doing stretches at home on Monday. Tuesday, I went to the driving range. And then Wednesday, I rested. And then Thursday, got there early. I warmed up. And that was good enough. The guy that won, he shot a 4 over.
You're not catching that.
Yeah, I'm not catching that. There's no way I'm catching that. But he said he used to be a golf coach, and his dad almost went pro a few years ago. So I mean, that's golf family right there. It was cool, man. It was a good time. We're gonna grow this and hopefully turn it into a charity.
That'd be
where
cool.
we all get together. Hey, everybody chip in $10 and it's donated to a foundation or something, and make fun and make it fun. We can have fun, but let's make sure we spread that love.
Yeah.
And spread that fun to other people.
Yeah, you guys.
You
have
might
the
as well,
opportunity.
right?
Yeah, you're gonna be out there anyway, so you might as well. I always think like, me and my friends were talking the other day about this event that we're doing. We're just like, we have a lot of clothes that we don't even wear. Like, I threw out everything but 6 outfits in my closet. I was just like, I don't need it. Like, pass it on. We don't need this. We're not using it. Let's give it to somebody else. We're healthy. We're able to do what we enjoy. Some people aren't. Some people can't do, like for us, we're golfing. Some people can't get up and golf, like help them out. Let's try to donate to them. There's an African golfer. I forgot his name, but he was just in a tournament. 2 prosthetic legs because he lost them in an accident 2 years ago. And pushed forward, worked through. People were donating so he could get these legs just so he can golf. And he's so grateful. He started crying after the tournament. And I was just like, wow, that was so touching to watch.
Does Fullerton have a golf team?
Yeah, we do.
Did you ever think about joining when you were in school?
Nah, I
Golf
honestly
teams are good,
hated golf growing
Really?
up. My dad
What
played
made
a lot.
you like it now?
COVID. Once COVID kicked off, I was just like, what can I do? I'm bored. So there's this driving range in Fullerton off Harbor. It's called Golfer's Paradise.
Yeah, that's where I go.
Yeah.
That's where I go practice.
Love that. Have you gotten the wings there?
I haven't ate there yet.
They have wings. You can get, I think, like 10 wings, a pitcher of beer, and a large bucket of golf balls for $26.
Damn, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's a good deal. I go there all the time for that and
Really?
smacking it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right up the street from me. Did you ever play Fullerton Golf Course?
Yeah, I like that one a lot. The cart girl, her name is Willow. She's super nice, and
Yeah.
if you go, bring her truly, she'll give you free shots. She's so nice. She's just like, I need a trade any day.
Oh, my everybody the show's gonna go now. Where's Willow at? I got a truly for her.
Willow.
Willow,
dope.
huh? That's a cool name.
Yeah, she's from Australia. She's really nice.
Really? Yeah, we got to get out there, man. We got to get out there and play. That'd be
So
cool.
down.
How's your game?
I'll probably be like low hundreds, like 102. My handicap is like 30 something.
What do you like to do? Drive, putt, middle of the fairway, chip? What's your expertise?
My favorite is driving, but as of recently, my short game has been like pretty good. Like my pitching and my chip shots, they've been pretty nice, and I know how to. I don't know how I could flop, but I know how to do it for some reason. Like, I'll give me my 60 degree. I'll hit it over the bunker like no problem. But middle of the fairway, my second shot's always my worst one, and then if I have a good one of those, my putting is off. So
What kind of clubs do you have?
Callaways. I have
Me too.
Yeah, I love them.
No, I got TaylorMade's. My bad.
Nah. I like the Callaways. I have a Cobra hybrid, 4 hybrid, and then my putter is one of the Stroke Lab ones.
Did
so.
you buy them brand new? Did you get them used?
Yeah, I got them used. I'm not
from
good
Roger Dunn's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they fit them for you? Custom fit them?
Yeah, I got them fitted and everything, which was cool. I'm way better now than I was like even like 2 months ago, where I can hit now.
Yeah. So you're practicing like once a week?
Yeah, at least once a week. This past week I went 3 times. Just
Do you
to
go by
range.
yourself or you go with friends?
Both. It just depends.
It depends.
If no one wants to come, I'm like, I don't care. I can just go. I can have fun. Put some earphones in and just record my swing and edit it.
I just recently I had these old shoes. I had my first pair of golf shoes were Tiger Woods. I paid like $280 for them, all
dang.
leather. Eventually, there was over so many years, the bottom just came out the sole. Had to throw them away. My cousin had an extra pair of Nike golf shoes, gave them to me, white ones. Had them for years, and then finally with this tournament, I had to do. I was like, I need new golf shoes. I went and bought some Jordans.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's some Jordan golf shoes. So they're not the attachable ones. They're already pre
Oh, yeah.
foam, but they were good. They're nice.
I believe it.
Yeah, man. So I have those. I've only worn them once, but I had to. I was like, if I'm gonna be playing golf, which I used to play golf all the time, dude. I used to play sometimes 3 times a week.
Dang.
Yeah, I used to play with different people. A lot of scratch golfers back in the days. Yeah, people don't. When I try to tell them the story, I was like, dude, I started golfing when I was like 19. I got introduced to the game, and then once I had my first kid, I was 21. I really couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
But go play golf. Go just get out there and hang out, and that became a big part of my life until my back started fucking up. Got 2 herniated discs, and so I went from playing golf 3 times a week to twice a week to once a week, and my back would just start being sore, and then it went from golfing once a month, because the more I'd play, my back would act up and I wouldn't be able to work. You go to work and you're working and you're overworking your back, and I mean I tried everything, therapy, stretching. It's just part of getting old. All the wear and tear. That's going back to UFC fighters, going back. Drivers that have retired. That wear and tear eventually is going to need repair.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't want to have to go under the knife. So I can play every once in a while. I can play every couple of weeks and get okay. I think maybe I needed my back to heal too. My back was fine after I played that tournament.
Nice.
But that's an honor, man. You're playing golf now too.
Yeah.
I see you with the Tiger hat. What do you think about with Tiger?
I honestly think, I hope he's not done, because I want to see him play one more time, even if it's like him doing bad in the tournament. But
I used to see him all the time at Sherwood Country Club. He would have the Tiger Woods Challenge. Me and my cousin would go every year. We wouldn't miss it. We'd go every Sunday and see him play. You would see the professionals, people like who was it? Like Ian Poulter, Phil Mickelson didn't play. I think Rory was there a few times. Just the guys back in the days that were top notch. Jim Furyk. Jim Furyk won one year. I took a picture with him that year. He won. He became the PGA champion, champion of the year or something like that. That one year when Tiger got caught cheating with all those girls.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't in the tournament. We still went. I got so drunk. It was like 8 a.m. when they opened. I fell on the first hole. Like I fell on the ground. I just knocked out. I just blacked out. Next thing you know, this old man's taking me in the golf cart back to my car, and he's asking me what's wrong. And here I am, a grown-ass man, crying over Tiger Woods, saying, he let me down, he let me down. You know, I looked up to the guy, and the old dude's like, yeah, you know, I don't know what he says, some type of spiel. But he told me, he goes, you sober up, you can come back in. He goes, but, you know, I understand, you know, where you're coming from. He goes, he let a lot of people down.
Yeah.
But I used to go to the tournament all the time, man. That was the every year I looked forward to it. And then now they've moved that tournament to, I think they started at the Bahamas for a while. I think now they're in Florida, closer by his house. But yeah, him coming back, dude. Oh, this is what I was getting to. When I would see these golfers hit their balls, right? Their trajectory, the distance. You know, you can keep an eye on the ball, but it's the way they swing. It's just so easy.
Much power.
And then when Tiger would hit, his ball went twice as high, twice as far. He had different, like, you could tell, like, that's why this guy was number one and won so many tournaments. If you've seen the way he hit compared to these pros, you'd be like, damn, dude, that's crazy.
I remember seeing his documentary. I'm not sure if you watched it.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Crazy. He was like saying his first time he golfed with Phil Mickelson. Phil hit his driver, and Tiger was like, give me my 3-wood. And he hit the 3-wood and hit it further than Phil hit his driver. And Phil was like, do you normally hit this far? And Tiger was like, no, I normally hit further. And that just threw Phil off the rest of the game. Like, won that tournament and everything. It was just crazy. Like, you think about it.
I'm going to go watch that when I get home, matter of fact.
You got to.
I do have HBO Max.
Yeah.
I just ordered that, so.
It's worth the watch. It's like, it's 2 episodes, I think. And I sat there. I watched the whole thing. I was just binge watching it, and it was good.
Yeah, it's like 4 parts, right?
Yeah.
4 or 5 parts.
So worth it.
So tell the people, again, what's your next big event?
So our next big event, we're doing a clothes drive. We're going to Skid Row again, June 19th. If you want to donate any clothes, we have our website, newneighborsfoundation.org. You can check us out and sign up. You can sign up for us to come pick up your clothes. You can drop them off to us as well. And yeah, we're trying to get clothes.
Where are we dropping them off at?
I live in Fullerton right now,
Okay.
so you can come bring them right over to me. I can pick them up. I don't mind driving. I actually enjoy being on the road. So
okay,
yeah.
I got
either
some
way.
clothes. I got a closet full of stuff I got to
Oh,
get.
yeah.
Yeah, it don't fit me no more.
Send them over, man.
I got that COVID. I gained that COVID weight. Yeah.
No, I feel that. Yeah, we'll take everything. We're just trying to make sure we have enough. Trying to get a few barbers as well out there to see if they want to cut hair. See if hopefully they could do it pro bono. But if not, yeah, we pay them as well. Cause,
I know a couple barbers.
Yeah, if you can plug them to me, like that'd be cool. I definitely want to. We help them out too because everyone that's doing this, we're all marketing majors, so we can make a little help them with their page and everything. We're trying to get a few food trucks as well. There's a food truck that I got in contact with recently. It's called the I Love You restaurant, and just trying to get them to come out there. They offer free food to the homeless, so we're trying to make it a big event. And time is coming short.
What's the date again? You're gonna do this?
June 19th. It's the Saturday before Father's Day.
That's around the corner, man.
Yeah, so almost like 3 weeks from now, I think.
So are you able to collect donations right now, or are you still waiting for that?
Yeah, we're able to collect donations. You could donate on the website. In terms of like tax exempt, we won't get that until June 2nd is when it's expected to be delivered in the mail that we are approved.
Yeah, because you would be responsible for paying taxes on that money you're getting, right?
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, we'll take it all, though.
What happened last year, then? You didn't have it last year, right?
Last year, we didn't have anything. I collected it via Venmo. I had to pay so much out of pocket for taxes.
Did you?
But, yeah, it was worth it, though. I think it was worth the cause and everything. I didn't mind it, so.
You had to pay a couple thousand?
I think it was like 2 G's
Lesson
out of my own
learned.
pocket. Yeah. Get a business account next time.
Yeah, get a business account next time. Yeah, lesson learned. Yeah, I'm going to get it's not LLC. I think it's D something.
A DBA?
DBA, yeah. I'm gonna get a DBA soon. I got shirts coming out soon. I got some things, but it's baby steps.
Yeah,
it's learning, it's living and learning. And in this podcast, I'm learning a lot about this stuff, marketing. Learning how to market and promote your stuff too as well, man. Well, look, man. I know you got somewhere to be. You got to drive all the way to San Diego.
Yes, sir.
Tell the people once again how they can get a hold of you and your foundation.
Yeah, you can follow us. Our page is newneighborsfoundation.org. You can find us on Instagram at New Neighbors Foundation. My @name is OG_Little Bill. Or you can reach out to our number directly at 909-586-0614.
Once again, I want to thank all my listeners from around the world that tune in every episode to see me grow, to see me mature, and to see me learn things and inspire people, especially my guests who come on. Once again, thank you, Johnny, for coming on the show. It was an honor, man. Matter of fact, write your information down so I can make sure if you need help or you need anything, let me know. The Raider and State podcast is here for you to help people and promote people, to grow and to get mentally wealthy and spiritually wealthy. Obviously, the physically wealthy comes along with that stuff too. But once again, I want to thank all my listeners that tune in, my family, friends, supporters, previous guests. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys. I'll see you next week, Memorial Weekend. All right? You guys be good to one another. Love each other. Have a good week, man. Stay blessed. All right? Peace.
See ya. Cool.